Hi, good morning everyone. My name is Adela Imbong Karawan and here is my answers to the simulation activity of Miss Noronihad Samson. So the first question here is, in your own words, define theater acting. So for me, theater acting is a kind of arts, or it is a performing art which movements, gestures, intonations, and even the emotions that we express during a play is a kind of arts that we need to learn, or we must to possess as our skills, or worse is that it must have, or you must have that kind of talent to be a good actor or actresses or performers. So why it is important that we know the movement, we have the right movement. Of course, movements has a art where you can express the feelings and emotions that you want to portray for your audience. Of course, gesture is another way of expressing the things, or the a message that you want to send with your audience. And then the intonation, of course, it is a kind of arts that our voice has know, or we must have that kind of talent or skills where we can express if we are angered, if we are sad, or if we are happy in the way of our dictions, or in other words, in our intonation. Another part is the emotions, right? The emotions that you want to portray on that specific place. So it is also a kind of art, or theater acting, or a kind of art where you can express your emotions, again, feelings, or the message that you want to send with your audience. So the second questions for Noronihad simulation is, what is the difference between theater and film acting? So we have different differences between that two, and one of that is our voice or volume, where we can say that in an acting or in a film acting, of course you don't need to shout to for your audience to hear you, while in acting in a theater play, you, even though you have your lapel or mic, but then you need to, again, to express or exaggerate your voice for your audience to hear and identify, or for them to know what are the things you are portraying, if you are either angered or sad. And of course, the second things that it has differences between the two is the preparations and the performance, because in your performance in theater play, you must memorize all the script, because there is no cut and part two of that word for you to repeat what you had said. And for a filming, or in a filming acting, of course, you can repeat over and over again until you satisfy your needs, that is according to the message that you want to portray with your audience. And the second one, and the third one, I think, is the locations of the audience. Why? Because in theater acting, of course, you need to exaggerate all the things, your performance, your voice, for your audience to know. Of course, the audience that is watching in back of your, or in the back row, for them to see what's going on that play. And of course, actors cannot express sadness with just a simple tear on the stage. Of course, your audience at the back row could not understand that the actress or actors is crying. And for acting for screen, of course, you have the take one, take two, take three, for you to get the message when you are performing the play, of course. And of course, it is for the audience. Of course, the audience can understand thoroughly even in a simple tier of tier, because they understand what's going on, because you have the control as a directors. You have the control of what are the things that you want to see on the screen, or the message that you want to portray. And for the third questions we have, is acting a talent or skill? So, well, we know that talent is the very best actors have a good technique on that with exceptional talent. So we know that acting techniques like projecting your voice and movements on the stage that I have mentioned a while ago can be learned and harnessed in improving any talent. That is the talent that we can improve. But we have the what we call an extra edge, that extraordinary is natural talents, being is the something that cannot be taught. That means you cannot learn it, you have it, and makes the great actors and actresses to stand out among the other actresses and actors. And when we say skills, of course, is an acting involves a broad range of skills, means including well-developed imaginations, emotional facility, physical expressibility, vocal projection, clarity of your speech, and the ability to interpret a drama. So that is your skills, where you can learn everywhere, even by just reading a book, or maybe just watching the televisions or a drama that you want to portray in the futures. And the last question here is, in your own words, how can you study acting at home? So, of course, you can study acting at home. You can learn acting or drama by just by just reading a books. Okay, you can ask a books in different libraries, so you can find numerous books on about acting where you can perform. Another things that we can use to learn acting at home is reading plays and monologues. So it is important to always read a script for you to practice how you can express the words that must have an actress or actors should possess as your skills. And the last, I think, is by reading or recording yourself, because me, I use that one for me to, this is what I'm doing for me to practice my pronunciation and English grammar. I used to record myself, so I used to read while I record my voice, for me to see if the voice or the emotions that I must to portray on video, or a message that I want to is to record and then delete and then record again and again for me, until I used to get the exact voice and messages or expressions in my voice. And I think it is also important that when you are practicing acting at home, is you can use your imaginations, so you can move, you can use your gestures, you can use your intonations while you are practicing, for you to imply and for you to know the right movements when you are on that particular stage on performing. It's either theater play or film acting. So I think that will be all. Thank you for watching. Bye.